Good evening, everyone. We'll call the hearing on the application of the Store Master Funding LLC through their representative Heather Duco of the Gardner School for property at 675 Blue Hill Avenue. They are seeking a special permit to install a commercial ground sign in a residential zone 6.2 feet from the lot line. Whereas the Milton zoning bylaw prohibits commercial signs in residential zones and requires a minimum setback of 15 feet for signs. All of this information has been on the board, on the website, on our board. And tonight's hearing will be conducted by me as chair with my fellow board members. Introducing yourselves.
Michael Brown.
Chris Hart.
Thank you. And I see Heather. Thank you for
Hi.
joining us.
Hi. Thank you.
So where we are with this is that we did have a hearing earlier in the year of June 18th. And there was some discussion about the placement of the sign, whether it needed to be in the position that it was proposed. There were concerns expressed about the fact that we would probably have to be doing a variance and that there were not enough facts to support the claim of hardship. So we allowed the applicant to do a continuation of this hearing and adjust, if possible, the placement and the design of the sign. And so in the information that we've been provided, that was sort of, as of the 16th of June 18th, we did get a letter from the sign review committee that reviewed a revised application, pointing out that the location has been revised to be south of the entrance drive rather than north. It's been reduced in width from 76 inches to 66 inches. And gooseneck lighting has been directed to the sign that remains as set up by the site plan approval process. And so, Heather, I'm hoping that you could give us an update on what the changes were.
Sure. I'm going to try to share well, good evening, everybody. Nice to see you again. I didn't mean to not say hello. I do have I'm going to try to share my screen so I can show you.
You'll be able to.
Okay. I tried to do this last night and it was an epic failure, so I don't know.
I can see it. Looks great.
Okay. I'm just going to try to get it down a little bit here. And then I'll also show you the revised design. So the school, they did go back to planning and relocated the sign to this area. So to the left of the driveway at the 7.5 setback that the sign review is allowed to grant.
So there's no need then for a variance from us because you're in compliance with the sign review.
Setback.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
And let me just show you, this is the new design. You'll see that it's almost identical to what we showed the board last time. It's just been reduced in width here to accommodate the setback. But other than that, it's the same overall height that we showed the board last time, the same design. There's been no changes to the design itself. Just this width has been reduced to accommodate the 7.5 setback.
Okay. And I didn't see that plan had been submitted. I mean, I didn't find it on our website, this revised plan.
So I did not submit it to the board. Because we submitted an application, we submitted a letter to withdraw the variance portion from the board. So the revised design, I did not submit to zoning board.
Well, it would be helpful if you could just submit that. I mean, we'll accept it, but because I'd like to show the new location.
Okay, sure.
And that's we didn't get that. I mean, the sign plan review committee said that that's what had happened, but I didn't have a plan that showed that.
Okay, I can submit both of the drawings to you. That's no problem.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Because we'd like to reference them in the decision.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Yep. So the letter that we submitted July 8th, there should be a record of that we requested to withdraw the variance portion of the request, but we still need the special permit approval
Mm-hmm.
to install signage in general in the residential area.
Right. Chris or Michael, do you have any questions for Heather?
I do not.
Nor do I.
Bill, do we see any comments from anyone? Hands raised or
No,
members of the
no
public?
hand up. Let's see. We do have a hand raised from John Z. John Z, tell us your name and address, please.
Hi, yes, John Zickwitz, 245 Atherton Street. I'm the chair of the sign review committee. I just wanted to let everybody know I'm here if there's any questions.
Oh, thank you very much for appearing. I appreciate that.
Sure.
So we did see the letter that you folks had submitted and, but there was one thing I did note that, the letter says that the lighting is supposed to be, what did you say? 1 hour before opening, and then it also says 1 hour
Oh.
after opening.
Yeah, that should be after closing. Sorry.
So just want to confirm that correction
Yes.
was right. Thank
Sorry,
you.
my typo.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Um, and we sort of appreciate your work on this and getting it to a better size and a better design than we would have had otherwise.
Certainly.
So Bill, is there anybody else with a hand raised?
No one else.
Okay. So, I think at this point we could head towards a decision on this. And so I'd be interested in Chris and Michael, what your thoughts are with this revised proposal.
So I just want to make sure I'm understanding the assignment correctly. So the lighting, we're discussing a special permit for the lighting in a residential area, and that includes the new gooseneck lighting, in addition to what we heard back in June.
No, we're approving just the fact that it's a commercial sign in a residential
Okay.
area. The lighting has been handled by the planning board and the site plan. The only thing, as I said, we had two things before because of they needed a variance because it was too close to the front. And you had pointed out, that this is some other location, there's just something else that we could do because, the standards for variance weren't really addressed. So they've come back to have made the sign in the opposite side of the road, of the entranceway, and also no longer need our variance for the frontage. So all we are being asked to do is to approve a permit, a sign in a commercial sign in a residential district.
I don't have any questions or problems with the proposed project.
Neither do I.
So I think we could probably head off to a decision on this. So, except that we'll have to kill 20 minutes for the next. I don't know, we could stretch it out, Heather, I don't know, but.
Please not, please. My dog is, the dog is itching to get out for a walk, so I need to get out for a walk with the dog.
I can go back to the boat and get dinner, yeah.
Yep, she's at the door. I can hear her.
Yeah.
She's ready to go.
Okay.
All right, let's vote then.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion.
Thank you. So what we are just.
Whatever Michael was about to say, I second it.
Yeah. So we're approving the application by Storemaster Funding LLC for a relief from the zoning bylaw provisions to allow a commercial sign in a residential zone. And with the conditions that have been established by the site plan review committee and the planning board permit that you folks got. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Aye.
And aye. Congratulations, Heather.
Perfect. Thank
And
you.
thank you for working with us.
Well, thank you for the suggestions too, because sometimes, we get focused on one thing and then it just, they just move forward with one idea. So it was very helpful to have the suggestions and I'm glad we could work it all out.
Great,
Yeah.
great. And
Thank you.
congratulations
Okay.
on the school.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you. Thanks. Have a nice rest of the summer.
You too.
Thank
you too.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And then I would take a vote to adjourn the hearing on this on the application for Storm Master funding.
So moved.
Hearing, yeah.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. So our next hearing is scheduled for 7:30. And that's on Berlin Avenue is the next one. So we can't start that one yet. On the does somebody want to volunteer to do the decision for the sign one?
I'll do it.
Thanks, Michael.
That means I get to do a longer one later, so thanks, Michael.
There you
No,
go.
because I feel responsible for all the rigmarole on this application anyway. So
You shouldn't. I was you and I were, I think, simpaticos on that. So
yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah.
Kathleen, I don't know if this is an appropriate time to ask this of you, but as I kind of go through my daily life in town, I come across other people who are lawyers and who, I think could be a good fit for this board. And
That
I
would be
didn't know,
great.
yeah, are we looking for additional members?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea. Um, to have, I'd like to, we had been looking at one or two. And so, Liz Dillon is the one who appoints them,
Okay.
but certainly with our, with looking for us to have input. So if you would want to be speaking to somebody or two people or whatever that are interested in serving, that would be great.
Yeah, I'll keep my ears open and give it some thought.
Yeah, and then to send along, send along a name and a resume and I'll forward it off to Liz.
Great.
We are looking at, October 14th for that training sort of session on the new zoning, rules for variances that Carolyn Murray is going to be giving to us. But I'm also, I'm keeping an eye on the economic development bill, which was supposed to be signed by July 31st and of course wasn't, because there are more changes in that one. Including site plan review, allowing duplexes as of right, allowing housing on religious properties, and interestingly enough, a requirement that everybody attend training sessions
Hmm.
that would be put together by the Executive Office of Housing and Livable Communities.
So we'll get around to that in 2029.
Yeah, I think that's something to say. I think I'll be retired by then, but yeah. But yeah, that was sort of an interesting, and for not just for us, for the planning board.
Mhm.
So that would be an interesting operation, I think.
Yeah, very
Um,
interesting.
yeah, but I mean, I think the biggest thing for us, obviously, is the changes on the variance.
Yeah.
And so it would be great to get a good explanation from that for that. There's a real estate bar association seminar maybe in a week on the same thing with Susan Murphy and I can't remember who else. So I've signed up for that. But I think you have to be a
Nice.
member. And which of course you guys are.
I think I was at one point, but definitely am not right now.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that was the case. So I'll just get whatever materials or whatever they put out and send that along. But
yeah,
there's really
I feel like the odd man out is a technology lawyer.
yeah, I know. You have to get like a translator to explain half the time what I'm talking about.
What are these same footprints that you're speaking of?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is pretty funny. It's cult. It's totally a cult. I understand that. Um, but Yeah, so I mean, as I said, so these sort of changes definitely affect the next two applications that we have. So
The changes are in effect now,
they were
right?
immediate.
So,
They were in the
yeah,
budget.
okay.
There's no waiting period for those. So yeah, so if you guys want to take a break and come back in 15 minutes, whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Okay. All right. Good evening. I'm calling to order the hearing on application case number 2912. It's the application of Lauren Kenny and Patrick Kenny at 2 Berlin Avenue. Their attorney Christopher Harrington has joined us this evening. Their application is dated July 17, 2026, and they're seeking a special permit to build a single-story 15.5 foot by 15 foot right side addition to the existing structure. The property is located in a Residence C zoning district. The proposed work would be built 8.3 feet from the rear lot line, whereas our town bylaw Article 4, Section 275-4.1, subsection B requires 30 feet or 30% depth of the lot, which would be 13.5 feet rear setback. We have received with the application a memo from Chris Harrington, a plot plan of land showing the proposed addition at 2 Berlin Avenue, prepared by the Neponset Valley Survey Associates, dated April 22nd, 2026. And letters of support from Tracy Balecki Dillon at 101 Squantum, Marie Griffin at 108 Squantum, Asha Leray at 110 Squantum, and Susan and Jim Bertram at 6 Berlin. And so we would ask Mr. Harrington to first of all, who's on the hearing for this? Kathleen O'Donnell as chair. My co-members are introducing
Michael
themselves.
Brown?
Chris Hart.
And thank you for joining us, Mr. Harrington.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the record, Christopher Harrington. I'm the attorney representing the homeowner. My law office is at 21 McGrath Highway in Quincy. And this is the first time I've appeared before the Milton Board of Appeals. So thank you for being kind to me and hearing my case tonight. This is it's an application for a special permit. It's an existing non-conforming house with an existing non-conforming lot. And as the chairwoman stated, we are asking to build a one-room, one-story addition on the right-hand side of the house. The back wall of the house will violate the rear yard setback. It should be 13.5 feet, and I think it's 8.6 feet. So we are proposing to do an extension, an extension, beyond the existing building envelope of the house, which of course is why we're here for a special permit. In the area where we're building this this addition, there is a deck there. The rear line of the deck lines up with the location of the rear line of the addition. So the addition isn't any closer to the back lot line than the deck is today. As I said, it's a one room, one story addition. It's a relatively small 233 square foot addition. We think the size and scale of this proposal are reasonable and appropriate for the size of the lot and for the existing neighborhood. In my memorandum, I incorrectly identified the street as West Squantum Street. You'll have to forgive me for that. I grew up in Quincy, and I've always called that street West Squantum Street, and I didn't realize it was just Squantum Street once you passed into Milton. So again, it's as all of you know, West Squantum Street is a very busy road, especially at rush hour. She's proposing this addition on the right-hand side of the house, which is the side of the house that's away from the street, where it's maybe a little bit quieter and a little less chaotic, and a much better location to build a family room. We believe that what she's asking for complies with the Milton bylaw. We believe that desired relief can be granted to her, without substantial detriment to the public good and derogating from the purpose and intent of this ordinance. This room, my client is a single mother with, she's the mother of 5-year-old twins. She's not on the call with us tonight because she was unable to get someone to watch the kids for her to get on the Zoom call, and 7:30 is their bedtime. So that's why she's not here with us right now. She wants to build this room so that she can, enjoy her home and have a family room off the kitchen on her first floor, be able to have the kids, in that family room and playing while she's in the first floor, cooking meals and taking care of all of her housework. I know that you have the survey as well as the architectural plans. They're pretty self-evident what's on them. It's just that one room on the right-hand side of the house. If you wanted me to go through those plans, I'd be happy to. I'm not sure that that's necessary.
Well, I think you should put the plan, if you can share the plans. I think
Okay.
that would be good for people that may be watching, who may not have gone on the website.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize if anybody was watching. So
I don't know, but I haven't asked that question, but on the assumption that somebody is.
I have the plans on my desktop, so if the moderator wants to allow me to share the screen, I can show those plans.
You should be able to share.
So this is the survey of the property. Right here in the bold area is the room that's proposed, 15.5 feet by 15 feet on the right-hand side of the house. And the existing deck that is there now is also 8.3 feet off the back property line. So that's the line where the deck is now. And again, that's the proposal. It's a relatively modest proposal.
So you're using the same footprint as the existing deck.
It is, yes, it's not the exact same footprint.
Mhm.
The deck that's there now is less than 10 feet on the side property line. So that's a little bit closer to the property line on the
Mhm.
right-hand side. So we're pulling it back a bit so that it complies with the 10-foot setback on the
Oh, okay.
right-hand side. So that's
Mhm.
improving that slightly. But the
Mhm.
rear setback line of the deck is the same as what's proposed for the
Oh,
house.
okay.
And so these are the architectural plans. You can see on the
Mhm.
right-hand side, the deck here and the room that's proposed on this side.
Yeah, we're still on the plan of land that shows the addition. Were you showing a new plan?
Oh, sorry. The sorry about that. I was looking at it on my screen.
Oh, there we go.
So these are the architectural plans. You can see there's the deck that's there now
Mm-hmm.
and the proposed room being added on the side. This plan is the floor plan, which shows the proposed room right here. It's just a relatively small family room on the right-hand side. And the red area here is the area where the deck is.
Oh, okay.
May I ask a question, Madam Chair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, so that I understand, on the side, on the when I'm thinking about the first plan that you showed, survey that you showed. So the footprint for purposes of the addition, the room, um, is basically being pushed a little bit away from the street, but that's where the proposed driveway expansion is. Is that right? In other words, you're replacing that land with a driveway?
So, no,
Okay.
this is the proposed room right here.
Yeah,
And the driveway is in front of this room.
I see.
And then there's 10 feet that go along the side of the room before the property line on the right-hand side.
I see.
Yeah, because I think that plat plan sort of shows it as creating a new driveway over there,
Yeah, it says
but
proposed driveway expansion.
Yeah, that is the plan that was submitted to the building inspector when the building permit was applied for. And
Mhm.
that was the one that came back. So that was the plan that I submitted to you.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that parking space is lawful. Um, I'm not sure if you're allowed to have a parking space that's within that setback to the side lot line. And if that's the case, then we'd certainly amend the application and just not have that approved as part of it.
Well, I mean, at the moment, the only thing you're asking for from us is the relief on the rear.
That's correct.
And so when you submit your plan, whatever, to the building inspector, um, you know, I would suggest taking off that existing, the expansion of the driveway.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't certain
Yeah.
if that parking space needed relief. Um, it was on the plan, but there wasn't anything mentioned in the denial letter about the parking
Yeah, I
space.
mean, well, I think it's already, you've already got a driveway in the front that goes out that far, right?
Yes, yes.
Um, and speaking of somebody in the neighborhood, I'm not that located that far away from this property. And thinking about where my driveway is, it's right on the property line. So,
Right.
apparently that's a common practice. But yeah, I mean, because the only relief that we can give you is what you've asked for, which is on the rear
Yes.
line.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
And so on, and these are the elevations. This is
Mhm.
obviously on the lower right-hand corner, what the
Yeah.
house will look like when it's done. And on the lower left-hand corner, you can see in red, which is where the deck is now.
Yeah. Okay. Michael, do you have any questions?
So part of this project is to turn a one-story house into a two-story house. Is that right?
This house is currently a two-story house. It's a full
Okay.
two-story house today.
Okay. It is because the only reason I'm asking is I'm looking at the Google Street View and it just appears to be a one-story house. Is it does it go downhill in the backyard or something? Is that what?
When I
Or
was
maybe it's an
first
old picture.
engaged for this project, the first thing I did was to print off the information from the town of Milton's assessors records. The picture that's on the town of Milton's site still shows a 1.5-story cape, which is what the house was. But
Yeah.
it's now a full two-story home.
Okay.
Everything that's on the elevations is there today, except the room that we're proposing on the right-hand side.
Yeah. Google must have an old photo. That's fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the only question I have.
Bill, is there anybody with a hand raised, in the audience listening?
Not right now.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I'm even on Zillow, it's only as a one story. Oh, weird. Think they would have caught that by now. So I'm sort of happy with the idea that you're bringing the building sort of in the deck back away from the side yard. I do note that we have gotten support letters from people on Squantum, and also I think importantly from the family that's located right next door on Berlin has sent a letter in support of this application. And uh, so I'm inclined to go ahead and approve this. I'm interested in your thoughts, Chris and Michael.
I don't have other questions and I don't have any, I don't think I have any concerns about the application.
Same here.
And Mr. Harrington, is there anything you wanted to add?
No, I think you've said everything. I was going to mention that, but you beat me to it, that the
Sorry
abutters
about
that the abutters that have submitted letters in favor are the direct abutters to the property, which is great that they're in favor of it. And the other abutters who submitted letters are people who are directly across Squantum Street. So the letters of support that my client got are really the closest people and the people who are really most affected by it.
So I would be inclined to, have a motion to see whether we would approve, the, application for a special permit, to allow this deck to be replaced by a single-story 15.5 by 15-foot, right side addition to the house at 2 Berlin Road. And that would be, no less than 8.3 feet from the rear lot line.
I would so
And-
move.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. So congratulations, Mr. Harrington, and to your client. That we've decided that, yes, the relief should be granted. I don't think there's any substantial detriment to the neighborhood. I think it's slightly improved by the fact that you pulled the deck away from the side yard. And I'm appreciative of the support that your client has received from her abutting neighbors. That's always very helpful.
Thank you very much.
And so we'll be drafting the decision and sending it off to the town clerk for approval, as you know, and then you'll have 20 days before you can record it at the registry of deeds.
Thank you
Madam
very much.
Chair.
I appreciate your time, all of the members. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harrington. Madam Chair, I'm
Thank
happy to draft this.
Okay, thank you. I'll do the next one.
That's why I volunteered.
Yeah, yeah, and thank you very much, Mr. Harrington, and as I said, give our congratulations to your client.
Thank you very much. Have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you. And so I have a motion to adjourn the hearing on 2 Berlin Road, Berlin Avenue.
So moved.
Second.
There, okay. So for future reference to Mr. Donnelly, to the rest of us, is that when we are scheduling many hearings on one night, we don't need to allow for the time for that. These people can be delayed. I mean, I've been at zoning boards for other towns where they just load them all in like 15 minutes apart. And so if somebody starts, later, that's just, the way it goes. And then we avoid this, now 10-minute, wait to the next one.
Could we have them all at 7 and just take them in whatever order we want?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they, we could do them, we set them 5 minutes, 10 minutes apart. Without a problem, but yeah, half an hour is probably a bit generous, although, I mean, as I said, you can go on for some time, for hours arguing about something, but not for these.
Ned
yeah.
Cochran has raised his hand if you're.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If they're all here, do we have to wait, or I guess we do?
I think it's open meeting.
yeah.
It is.
It's cheating to sort of start ahead of time and then finish by 8.
Can you hear me?
Hi, Ned. Did you have something to say?
Well, I was obviously I have the 8 o'clock hearing, and as a frequent practitioner before this board and the planning board, I can tell you that the planning board schedules their hearings 15 minutes apart. And that's helpful because if one hearing, they generally take more than 15 minutes, but as here, you've got a gap. And I think it'd be helpful to go even 5 minutes apart or 10 minutes apart because you know what the order is and you're ready to go when the next one's up. And I think it's more efficient use of everybody's time. I'm not sure you could schedule them all for 7 and then figure out which one you want to hear unless you put out an agenda as to which one was
Yeah.
going in which order.
That's fair.
But I do agree that it'd be appropriate to schedule them more closely together.
It was such a rare occasion that we really didn't know what to do, so.
No, it's usual that that the zoning board has scheduled them at half-hour intervals, and I've had occasions where you wait, something ends quickly, and you wait a little bit of time.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I think, my experience in other towns has been, it's 15 minutes and as I said, people have to wait, so. Anyway,
I think the only rule is you have to schedule a public hearing for a time certain. So
yeah.
it's a particular time before which they can't start.
Anyway, so we are waiting for 9 minutes before your next one. So people could take a break and come back if they want. I'm calling to order the hearing for case number 2913. It's the application of Thomas and Jesse Doherty at 247 Adams Street. They're being represented this evening by Attorney Ned Corcoran. Their application was dated July 22nd, 2026, and they're seeking a variance to build a 21 by 24-foot single-story detached garage at the front of the property on 247 Adams Street. The property is located in a Residence A zoning district, and the proposed structure would be built 32 feet from the front lot line, whereas our bylaw requires under Article 4, Section 275-10.2, front yards requires a 40-foot front setback. I see that, as I said, Mr. Corcoran has signed on. The the members of this hearing are me as chair, and gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
Chris Hart?
Michael Brown is muted. Still, there
Apologies,
you
Michael Brown.
go. Thank you. And I see that joining us, we have Mr. Doherty and, as I said, Mr. Corcoran representing Mr. Doherty. So, Mr. Corcoran, just wanted to say that in the application files that we have on the website is the property card issued by the assessors, the plan of the garage, a plan of an addition that was done in January of 2000, plan of land of number 247 Adams Street and number 58 Churchill's Lane in Milton, Mass, done by Hoyt Land Surveying in March 31, 2021, and an addendum provided by Mr. Corcoran dated July 31, 2026. And a plot plan done by Merrill Engineering dated June 6th, 2026, along with the traditional denial letter issued by the building department, building inspector dated July 15, 2026. Mr. Corcoran, want to explain what's going on?
Yes, thank you. And if I can share screen, I can
Sure.
show a couple of images I think will be helpful. Okay.
I should be able to share that.
Yeah, thank you. Now I've just got to get to the right. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, this is the taken from the town's website, the Maps Online website. 247 Adams Street is a long, fairly narrow lot that runs downhill from Adams Street to the rear. There's a mansion-style dwelling located here. Um, there's a then there's a as you enter the site from the left-hand side, there's a driveway down to the rear to a pond, a pool house, and a pool. The thing that's significant about this image and um, the next one, which is a little more close up, is the dramatic elevation change that exists on this property. The elevation at Adams Street in that top right left corner of the site is elevation 120, and it drops down below elevation 60. It's a 60-foot elevation change. The proposed location of the garage is this front right center section here, where you can enter the site via a circular driveway and enter into the garage, which would face towards the driveway, two cars, single story, proximate to a single story accessory garage structure that's directly across the property line next door, although it appears from sort of a dimensional perspective that this garage may be compliant with the front yard setback of 40 feet. There's no room to put this garage here any further than 32 feet from Adams Street. We looked at whether you could place it to the rear, but you've got an elevation change of 110 at the elevation of the dwelling down to 100 below it. And so that's a significant hill to walk up and down. If you are Mrs. Doherty or Mr. Doherty and you have to park your car in a garage, you probably wouldn't use the garage. So I think the only place to locate it is here. And the idea is that you would, oops, as you could enter the site from Adams Street, the garage would be in this location. You'd two doors facing the driveway. And you can see not only the property line between this property and 241, there's a significant amount of foliage that buffers between the two properties. So the notion that there would be much of an impact, I think, is pretty insignificant, and it's pretty clear when you really look at the elevation issues here that the topography is such that it makes it physically difficult, a practical difficulty, to use the new lingo of the variance section. That it would be very practically difficult to locate a garage anywhere other than in this front right corner. And so with that, I'd open it up to questions from the board.
I noticed that did you contact the abutter? Do we have support from the abutter for this?
I don't have letters, Tom. I know you've spoken to neighbors.
Yes, I could address that if you want. My nice neighbors, Richard and Jane Howe, they are, as you referred to that garage, they are immediately, they're 241.
Mm-hmm.
And, Richard came over and you've now just shown I'll call it the pieces of wood on the ground that are where it would be. And Richard's fine with that. And that's what I know.
Okay. Chris or Michael?
I don't have any questions.
Madam Chair, you asked mine.
And just for clarity, the nice neighbors on the other side, that's they are further away, maybe, and downhill, and it really has no. They wouldn't even see neither of them, neither Richard, because of we share the evergreen rhododendron and tall pines on that side, and on the other side they are actually quite far away.
Mm-hmm.
so they don't see it. And it is 60 feet from the tennis court. And then you walk up, there's a swimming pool, and
Mm-hmm.
you're walking uphill. It's wonderful, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It gives you exercise.
There you go.
But a little
Um,
difficult in winter to park a car and then find your
so
way up and down that hill.
where do you park the cars now?
On the we call that there the that center, that circular, we call that the roundabout. And
Yeah,
consequently, if you look at the round, you come in and you'll see on the as you first come in, if you turn left immediately, you can, and here it's,
yeah.
yeah, so not right, but turn left on the other side. You can just set your
Uh,
car there. Now, if someone wants to come in and then drop the newspaper or the whatever the package is, they can come in
yeah.
on the right side, turn around, go left and go out or something.
Okay.
Um,
Well, up until recently, we would have had different standards for variances. Um, and I think your council provided a helpful memo about those changes. The practical difficulty is now a consideration, which wasn't one before. And so, I think, you've demonstrated certainly the drop in the elevation, and I'm certainly familiar with the property. And that, I think the practical difficulty has been demonstrated. Um, I I was curious, I don't know whether anybody knows, how many other garages are on Adams Street in those sort of same locations? I'm kind of thinking that there are other situations along the road that have that same layout where the garage is on the road ahead of the house.
I know that at 255, this front area is a garage. I
Mm-hmm,
represented them in a different matter before this board
mm-hmm,
some time ago, but there, the
and
uh,
just on the other side of the street, if you're not 255, but
yeah,
but see on the other side, just that's the garage right there.
yeah,
It's
right,
empty. And
right,
if you go up, a little bit further, you'd see. But that one is on the corner, so it's a little different. But
yeah,
the other issue is that, our zoning is interesting in that a detached garage has separate setback requirements than an attached garage because
mm-hmm,
attached garage is deemed to be part of the dwelling, and the dwelling setbacks are what control. In this case, it'd be 30 feet. But in most cases, and certainly in the neighborhood that I lived in on Morton Road and off of,
mm-hmm,
there were lots of small detached garages in the rear of the properties.
yeah,
They had a long driveway to a small detached garage and they were set back. And I think that, you know, for valid reasons, the towns
mm-hmm.
established its zoning. They established zoning with separate setback for detached garages so that they were further back generally from the street than otherwise.
Chris and Michael, do you have any other questions or comments?
I don't.
So, I mean, we had a situation, that we were on one recently where we had a garage situation in another part of town where, the property configuration, certainly the proposed garage location was a much better situation than what they currently had. And I certainly think that this property, with this, said, with the elevation drop and the idea that you're going to be walking up a pretty narrow driveway in bad weather, doesn't make much sense to me. So, and as I said, with the relaxed standards for the variances, I don't think that this is a substantial detriment to the neighborhood. I would suggest for my own comfort that we would have a condition that the existing landscaping along Adams Street and along the property line with the abutter be maintained to the extent possible. I don't know whether anybody else feels that that condition would be useful or appropriate.
Um, I don't have an objection to it. I think it's fine.
It sounds like Mr. Doherty and Mr. Corcoran, would that be acceptable to just say that you had to maintain that shrubbery along the line, the sideline with your neighbor at 241?
This is Tom Doherty. That's fine. If you look at I just want to be very clear that there's a very old, literally, you talk about Adams Street, there's a really old tree right at the corner when you come in,
Yeah.
and that's going to have not on that
This one.
street. There you go.
Oh, that one,
That
yeah.
that's been losing big limbs, and that's going to have to come down because it's dangerous.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's
But
right.
with regard to all the foliage and the evergreen that's there, oh my goodness, yes, I'm happy to say that we need to and should, and Richard, I would say too, keep that and be happy with it.
I think
That's
if
fine.
the
I mean, that's fine with
condition,
me. I mean, I wasn't really, the tree doesn't provide a whole lot of screening anyway. I mean, it's just, but I think, to have the protection, from the street a little bit with the existing shrubs or just maintain screening of any, I'm not gonna tell you what you have to put there, but, I'd like to sort of maintain that existing screening to the extent possible.
Yes, yeah.
I think as long as the condition is to the extent possible, I think that's a reasonable condition.
Is there anybody Bill, that has a hand raised that wants to speak?
No, there are none.
Okay. Guess we didn't advertise this enough to have such a riveting, turnout.
Mr. Doherty's neighbors didn't show up. So.
Yeah.
Well, I told Richard and us, but some may be busy.
I would be inclined to somebody want to make a motion on this application?
I'll move to accept the application with the condition that you've stated.
Second, anybody? Second. All in favor? Signify by
Aye.
saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. 3-0. I'll do this decision. Since it's my turn.
Thank you.
Will this
And,
be the first will this be the board's first decision under the new variance standard?
yes, it will. Well, I don't know, maybe Ginny has done some under hers, I'm not sure.
She can't do variances, can she?
I don't think so, but
Yeah.
yeah. Yes, it would. So I'll have to be really, I can't just, rubber stamp something that I've done 27 times. I'm gonna have to come up with new language.
Can't
That's
wait. to
very
read it.
distressing.
Yeah.
But thank you very much. I mean, I think the information that you provided was really helpful, certainly to show the existing conditions on the site and the difficulty of putting it anywhere else on a narrow lot with a deep fallback. And thank you very much, Mr. Doherty, for appearing.
Well, thank you all for all your work.
I would say congratulations, and I'll do a draft, probably within the next, obviously within the next 2 weeks. And send it off to your attorney to look at before it's finalized. With that, I would take a motion to close the hearing.
Moved.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And also to adjourn our session this evening. And with thanks to everybody, including Mr. Doherty, to get this all organized, and to the other members of the board, and I said once again to Mr. Doherty and Mr. Corcoran.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Enjoy the rest
you.
of your summer.
See you next.
Thanks, everybody. Take
Thanks,
care.
everyone.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye.
Back to the
I
vote.
know. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
Thanks.